Wow, man, that right there. Let's clap it up for that trailer right there. Whenever you hear a trailer that make you want to immediately get in line and buy tickets to a movie, you know it's a good one.
Thank you.
And absolutely, man. He's no stranger to the show. It's interesting for Father's Day. I went to Universal Studios City Walk.
Right.
And I went to see Transformers to see our good friends Anthony Ramos, Dominique Fishback,
Toby
and Wigway, right? Stephen Capel Jr., who directed it. #1 movie, huge. All of these folks are friends of ours, and I'm walking out of the theater, and my daughter, Kiyomi, and she says, "Daddy, look!" And we see this big poster of Blue Beetle. The movie's coming August 18th.
Whether you like it or not.
Whether you like it or not.
But you gonna like it.
You gonna love it, right? And I was like, hey, you know that's your cousin right there. And she was like, really? How?
Yeah, you're like, we don't know. We're brown. We got a bunch of cousins, just people you grew up with. You're like, mom, family, friend, cousin.
The dots will connect.
Yeah, if we dig deep enough, we're going to find a connection,
exactly.
right?
Of course,
and then I explained to her who our next guest mother is and how we came up in the game together. She's a sister to us, and she knows your mom, and she remembers you. You guys are probably about the same age.
Yeah, 22, just
yeah,
22.
yeah. So she's 20. Actually, she's 2 years older than you. And I said, yeah, I'm actually going to be speaking with him today, and it's always a little. It's different for me to interview him because I feel like his Theo, and so
You are.
Yeah, I'm his uncle, I'm like, and so it's hard. But
did you Google that word before the interview?
No, he knows the easy ones like Theo,
Hermano.
como
Baño,
Gracias.
And I told her, you saw him on Cobra Kai. Yeah, that's right. He's done a lot of things. He's a great actor. He's a great thespian.
Thank you so much.
But most importantly, man, he's an amazing, spirited human being. Last time I talked to him, I was visiting his mother's organization, his compound. What is it called?
The Boyle Heights Arts Conservatory.
Yeah,
BHAC.
and they teach a lot of kids in the neighborhood, and a lot of kids who gone through some challenges. They put them in an environment where they can learn broadcasting, journalism, all sorts of stuff, production. She does amazing work. Carmelita Sanchez, let's give her a big round of applause.
Let's get it.
And we got my nephew here starting a new film, Blue Beetle, August 18th. The one and only Xolo Maridueña.
Thank you all so much for having me.
What up, man? How you doing today, brother?
I'm doing well. I'm excited to be here. I'm glad to be in New York. Every time I come, I enjoy it more than the last time. So I'm happy to be here. Grateful that you guys have me on. And
yeah, man, this is great, man. I just, I'm trying to, I told your mom it's really hard for me to interview you. Because I'm just so proud of you. I look at you, I smile, but we're gonna get over that.
Okay,
we're gonna get over that because this role you're playing in Blue Beetle is so important for so many reasons. First Latino superhero to headline his own film.
Wow.
All right, give that big round of applause. I'm telling you, if you have Latino descent, I want to hear you call right now. 888-742-3345. We got a superhero is here.
We got two superheroes, don't we? Mural Man and Blue Beetle.
Blue Beetle and Mural Man. Mural Man.
I don't know about
Mural Man.
Please, no.
Teach him about Mural Man.
Yeah, wait.
It's Mural Man.
No, get him, Mural Man.
Mural Man. The black man is gone.
So I got a mural in Oakland.
Okay. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, they did a mural of me in Oakland. So I've been Mural Man ever since.
Yep.
I love
Defends
it.
the needy with the power of graffiti.
Yeah.
Hey!
Absolutely.
Oh my God! You even got a slogan.
Come on, man. That's
it
what I do,
rhymes,
man.
So it's factual.
It's factual. So let's get back to seriousness. Okay. Well, not even seriousness, just celebration. You said the most what you're most excited about having this role is not so much that this is going to lead you to even more Hollywood fame, the accolades that's going to come with it, but because of representation and that he's Latino.
Yeah, I think that is definitely the most important part, and it's not to say that there haven't been before, right?
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people are saying like, oh, you shouldn't be taking all the credit for it, but really what it is for me is the opportunity to show a new generation of kids that not only do they deserve to have their stories told, but you can have a fun, good story too. Even through strife and hardship, like there's nothing. It doesn't have to be like the biggest trauma contest.
Right.
Like more often than not, you have these stories of Latinos who who, you know, we've told just a fraction of the stories.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not a monolith. No two, you know, Latinos are the same. You have Mexicanos, you know, Cubanos, all of these different cultures. So what we wanted to do in this movie was have, you know, 2-something hours of a bunch of Latinos, and you get to see all of them. It's not just one person; it's an ensemble, and we have a great cast. George Lopez,
come on,
Belisa.
that's our family.
I mean,
George Lopez.
Becky G.
Yeah, come on, Becky G.
Yeah,
that's family too.
She's the voice of Kaji Da. But really, it was just such a learning experience for me. First movie.
Yeah.
So
This is your first movie.
First movie.
Bro, your first movie, and you land a lead role that may be one of the most important roles ever created in Hollywood.
Bruh.
From your mouth to God's ears. I was very fortunate, very lucky, very blessed, and I just hope that it opens doors for other people.
Did you have to audition for?
I was very fortunate. I didn't have to audition. I had a strong relationship with the director beforehand, and really the biggest part of this movie is the family aspect and the love that this family has for each other. And Angel Manuel Soto, our director, was like, you, Xolo, you got that love for your fam. So that's why you're the guy for this. And outside of that, we'll figure out the other semantics of how to make it like the character or not. But you got that part down. I know that you ride for your fam like nobody else. So bring that energy to it, and we can't lose. So
man, I like that. Xolo Maridueña is here. All right. DB is of. You got Cuban blood in you.
I do. Down the line, you know.
All right.
Claim that shit.
I know I claim it.
Me too. Down the line. I grew up with a Mexican mom, so that's the one that I identify with. You know, blood wise, it's Cubano and Ecuadorian as well.
Okay.
But it's born and raised Los Angeles. It's a melting pot. I feel everything.
Absolutely. You feel it all, right?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
You can't help.
Do you feel each other right now?
Of course.
Family.
I did want to ask you about this because I went to Midtown Comics yesterday and I picked up the Jaime Reyes action figure, the Funko Pop. And it was the only one left, so I was like, I called ahead. These things are selling out like crazy, and it just made me think about like that moment when it dawns on you that like, oh shit, like I'm famous, you know? And I feel like if it was for me, having my own action figure would be pretty cool, and that would probably be the moment where I'd be like, oh, this is like really happening. What was it for you? I mean, I know you've been doing Cobra Kai, Parenthood, you know what I mean? And so there's a lot to think about in the course of time, but when was it for you that you were just like, oh, this is real?
There's been a couple of moments in my life, a couple of milestones, you know, definitely like landing on the first show, having I started when I was 10, you know, so the first kind of big milestones were like people my age that I went to school with being like, are you the kid from the Go-Gurt commercial? Or like, I saw you on the Verizon ad or the Sears print or whatever. And then it slowly evolved into their moms being like, I cried watching you on Parenthood. and then the husbands being like, you were so badass on Cobra Kai. Yeah. And nowadays, kind of one of the craziest parts is getting to like I get to go about to some of these Comic-Cons and getting to meet people face to face who have connected with whether it's my character or the show or the movie. It's really it makes it tangible and palpable.
Yeah.
And you know, a lot of the job for me happens, you know, on the day, and then it's kind of like, all right, out of the head. But when you meet people on a day-to-day basis or whenever it happens that say like, yo, I liked it, or I hated you were the worst character, you're crazy, it just is it's a blessing. It's a little I think right now it's about to head into a realm that I haven't every steps from now on is a first step for me and the whole fam, so that's kind of been a little interesting to navigate with my family who has no how-to manual on this, and we're kind of just rolling with the punches as well. But I want to make sure that they feel like they're their own sons and not like they're just moons revolving around my son. So as long as that is in place, I'm good.
I'm so proud of him right now.
Look at your nephew.
Dude said my own son, their own sons.
Shut up.
And
they gotta be, and they are. And when you look at my family, I mean, you know my family, they are definitely their own.
They don't need him.
Sons,
you know what I mean? Like,
but you gotta remind them too. You know, of course, it's like sometimes it happens so quickly you forget to just be like, wait, we're family.
Yeah.
You know, like it's. But I'm so excited and so blessed.
Wow, man!
That's beautiful.
I would imagine because you, as a young guy, I got pictures of this dude. It looked like a cute little button. You know what I mean? Like just
pick me up like a suitcase.
Yeah. So I used to carry him in one arm and a lot of stuff in the other arm. But you had some experience being around the business, right, with your mom?
The hip hop business.
Yeah, the hip hop business, right?
Yeah,
so
of course.
how did that groom you?
I feel like it was in my blood.
Yeah.
Growing up, days into my life, coming into the Wake Up Show, and I just remember chilling in the side room with, you guys had like a early vitamin water case or something with the balcony in the back, and I just remember kind of just chilling there, and you guys would have the craziest people come through, and I definitely had no knowledge of it at the beginning, and honestly, my mom was pretty protective.
Yeah.
Because she's like, these guys, they say some tomfoolery, you know, so I don't want you getting any ideas thinking that you could talk back to me, right? So it really wasn't until I hit like 8 or 9 that I really started listening to hip hop. It was kind of Bruno Mars, Maroon 5 before that. And then, my dad was like, Good Kid, Mad City. Kendrick Lamar. This is it, and I listened to that, and then my whole world changed from there. I was like,
just like that.
Where was this?
Wow.
And then from there and then I went, back, forward.
Did you become a student of the culture?
Of course.
You start doing a dive?
Yeah. Of course. I mean, I really feel like I've been blessed to kind of have the opportunity now to kind of start coming up with my own music and using my own influences, and I find that a lot of what I enjoy and a lot of what I gravitate to in terms of the hip hop world are kind of like the 90s, early 2000s, like definitely Tribe, Public Enemy, Mos Def. These types of guys are some of the what do you call it, the Mount Rushmores of the game for me.
Absolutely.
So, and I didn't want to come in and make it like a mockery or use it as like a parlay to do something else. It was just a passion project, a thing of love. It really feels like it's taken my whole life to kind of be ready to even start to write down words on a page or look at beats and stuff like that. But I'm always so blessed to have like a great family who makes me feel so, like, sometimes they make me delusional. I feel like I could do anything. My family's like, yeah, you got it.
That's how it should be.
Yeah. No, it's a blessing, but I can't help but feel like it's in my blood.
Wow.
It is in your blood.
Music in general, because it's not just hip hop. It's eclectic. I love all different types of music, and I've had the privilege of getting to kind of travel over the past few years and experience Brazilian music, European music, African music. So getting to experience the world, it really opens up your mind, and I feel like such an American, right? Like, oh, it opened my eyes, but I love it.
Yeah, man, I like that. Xolo's here. We're talking Blue Beetle, which is in theaters August 18th, but we're learning he's into music, Kevin. I saw you light up when he started talking about the writing.
The reason why I lit up and he started talking about writing is because we had Devon Franklin here. Devon Franklin EP the film about the Mexican, I believe, janitor.
Flamin' Hot.
Flamin' Hot. Okay. And he was talking about how Eva Longoria came in and totally directed it. But before the directing, she totally got rid of the script. She was like, this is wrong, that's wrong. A person of this descent would not say this normally and naturally. Yeah. And so we heard that from him as an EP. But as Sway made the note in the interview, this is the first, superhero. What takes so long for these stories to get told and to break some of the stereotypes, from different ethnicities? Because that's what stuck out to me when he spoke about what Eva came in and did with the script.
Of course, and I got to tell you, I totally agree with what you're saying, and that's the most crucial part. Is authenticity, right? Especially right now as Hollywood starts to move in a direction that it implores. That it's looking like it's starting to, take kindly to these types of stories. And what I really think it was, and I experienced it for the first time, like firsthand on Blue Beetle, the writer, the director, the people working on the movies, the sound department, the costume department, props department, set deck, brown, Latinos.
Wow.
And they understand.
Wow, come on.
And to have, it couldn't help but feel authentic, and it made me realize I didn't realize that I had a Latino childhood. Yeah. I just had a childhood. I was eating dinner. I wasn't eating Mexican food for dinner. It was just food. But when I was reading the script and hearing the writer and the director talked about it, I realized these are people, these are members of our family that all of us, whether you're black, brown, Asian, I don't care what you are, like we all have these family members that we know and that we can relate to. And when the writer and the director were authentic, it couldn't, it had a strong foundation. That's what it is.
Right.
It's when you have that weak foundation and you start to build on top of that, and when nobody, is double checking, there's no checks and balances in place, and people are just like, just Google Translate it, whatever. Like it kind of, you can see it.
Right.
You understand it, and that really turns people off. It feels forced. And we didn't want to do anything for us, and we don't want to shove anything down anybody's throat either. Like what we wanted to do was highlight, to celebrate, to empower and create a hopeful story, and I think that we set out to do it and we accomplished it, and I just can't wait for it to come out because it's different. I really gotta say,
okay,
it really is.
Yeah, man, I love it, man.
But authentic.
But authentic. Yeah, and grounded too. Like this story,
Blue Beetle.
You see these superhero movies that deal with the alien invasion or the planet about to explode. And these guys' problem is that they're losing their house, and the dad has some heart issues, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, getting to those issues are sometimes more palpable, more worrisome.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like, figuring out rent next week I wish an alien would take over so that all of this would just be over. You know what I'm saying? So that's
I'd rather have an alien than my landlord.
Yeah, right. So
strike the tax office first.
Exactly. So that having that type of story was the perfect mix of that, that large scale with that grounded
I love
story.
it, man.
Word up.
Yes. Tracy.
I'm appreciating this conversation,
It's
Xolo.
beautiful, man.
Yeah, because
my nephew could talk.
Absolutely. We always talk about how orators run in your family, man.
I know, right?
You have so much pride for your heritage, but at the same time, you're a global citizen, which I think is just like the perfect blend. I can't help it with how unique your name is. I think about a lot of people in Hollywood who have changed their name in the past, whether it was because they felt like it would be easier for audiences, for fans, for producers to not only pronounce but remember their name, or maybe they just wanted whatever they felt was the formula for star power.
Totally.
Did that ever enter your mind? Did anyone ever tell you about that?
It's kind of crazy. Xolo is my middle name. Ramario is my first name. It's an amalgamation of my mom's, closest family relatives, but Xolo is what I always went with. I don't know, for whatever rhyme or reason. And I really thought my whole life that nobody would ever know how to say my name. Because, if I wasn't an actor, or if I wasn't if I wasn't in a position where people, were learning about how to pronounce my name, I truly feel as if though I would have gone my whole life without anyone knowing how to pronounce my name. And it's been a weird phenomenon. I don't want to say weird, but it's been a really kind of surreal phenomenon to have people pronounce my name correctly on the first time. It's like, holy shit, maybe we are making progress, right?
Yeah, man.
But but I also, like you're saying, I take pride in it as well.
Yeah.
It's, we can pronounce XYZ names, right? So I feel like really my name it's 4 letters, right? So I want to, it always has been important to keep it, because at the end of the day too, my mom only gave me one name.
Right.
So even when thinking about the music or the acting, like there is a part, I suppose, that feels like it's easier to distinguish my personal self from whoever, right, the alter ego is, or the person, front facing. But for me, it keeps me in check. It's like, you better believe that everything you say is true, because there is no alter ego to hide behind. So it it's authentic as well. And
it represents more than you.
Absolutely. And I had the opportunity of talking to people who were kind of in this position, who had changed their names and gotten huge as XYZ, and a lot of them said, like, I kind of wish I had just stuck with my regular name. Like, and it's something that I still think about, and it still crosses my mind. But Xolo is, I've written it out this long, so
it sounds like a
Sway. About your name.
My regular name won't work. My regular name wouldn't have worked.
Well, hey,
it definitely wouldn't have worked here. Like,
imagine
4 letters.
Yeah, imagine like if somebody saw your name, they'd be like, "Who that?"
They really wouldn't know who it was.
Yeah,
you know
but
my regular name? You don't know. You don't know. I tell you
Dave
off mic.
Calloway.
Close. It's
Something
one of those.
Calloway.
Yeah,
Dave.
it's Calloway.
Something
Calloway.
You said 4 letters. I was like,
No,
Sam.
it ain't 4
No,
letters.
Sway,
Okay.
Sway,
It's 8
Sway.
letters, but we're gonna leave it right there.
Okay.
That was a trick question.
It wasn't.
You're like, hey, don't be putting my government name out there.
Get that
Listen.
cough button ready.
Yeah.
Check it. It ain't nothing nobody can find out about you anyway. So it's just
No, it's
so,
true,
So
but
it's
to his point, it's
Well.
like we get so used to the names that people give us, then that's just what it is. Like I've read those stories where Whoopi Goldberg, that's not her real name. Tom Cruise, that's not his real
Martin
name.
Sheen.
Yeah.
Martin,
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx.
that's
Jamie
not his
Foxx,
real
yeah.
name. You know, so but that's how we
Seal.
know them.
George went like,
Deal.
What's her say?
yo, Kalani, what? You didn't know that?
No, I didn't.
I didn't know that at all.
Yeah, like so you learn, and it's like if you saw their real names, you would have no idea. So I think it's beautiful. I'm a fan of real
Yeah,
names
man.
anyway.
Thank you.
What do you? Once again, what do you hope once this movie drops? What do you hope people learn or get from this movie, Blue Beetle? Not just folks in your culture, but even outside of your culture.
I hope people just hug their families tighter.
Okay.
I think like it's such a you know, I had the privilege of getting to see the movie with my mom and dad. It's a big family movie, and I just can't help but think it's one of those movies that, you know, the credits are going to roll and you're going to think like, oh, I'm so glad to have this family, and you know, a big sentiment is that nobody rides for you like your family. And, you know, sometimes you're going out into the world and, you know, you're going to be distanced from them, and it's always good to kind of come back to those roots, and I feel that resonated with me in my own life. And yeah.
What's worked for you, because you've done this really well as you navigated through your success, and your star estate is constantly glowing and it's growing, and it could be difficult for family members when you're having a certain level of success, especially in the public eye, when you become a celebrity, a public figure.
Of course.
And there's no manual for family members to react or respond.
No.
You just said what I do is make sure that everybody is included, they're their own sons, or however you put that.
Yeah.
You created a pathway to harmony within family during your success.
It's hard.
It's hard, bro. Like we just had a story about a big family that came out that you know, exposing celebrity secrets.
It's hard, yeah. And you touched on something really important, because, you know, I got younger siblings too.
Yeah.
And
What ages?
I got, you know, the next closest one is 15, and then
That's
and
your
then
sister?
7, and then, you know, 5. So
Wow.
to kind of it's hard to boil it down, or have, you know, some of my siblings go to school and have them say like, you know, just the kids are dumb. Like, and I hate to just generalize it like that, but I it's hard not to feel remorseful in a way.
Yeah.
Because you think like, oh shoot, it potentially could only get bigger, and I don't want to cast a shadow over my family, and I do everything that I can to not do it, and I think, you know, the key, the beacon for me has always been just that supportive nature that my family kind of instilled. As long as I, you know, make my siblings feel like they can conquer the world, that, you know, no matter what they pursue, they're gonna succeed, and even if they don't succeed, we're gonna have their back, and it's still hard. Like sometimes I guarantee you my sisters are like, I don't like this guy. Like when people come to school and they're like, we're friends with you because Xolo is your brother, and you know, or teachers are like, oh, you know, did you hear the kid from Cobra Kai's sister is here? It's like, you really start to see like how people are, and I just, you know, maybe it sounds stoic, but the only thing I can control is myself.
Yeah.
And how I react to what other people say. I can't control how other people think, how other people act. I can just, you know, make sure that what I'm putting out there is as true and as honest as I want it to be, and then, you know, that's what I have in my control.
Man, I love it, man. Give it up for Xolo Maridueña. No, Maridueña.
It gets more. You know what this is like? This is like when my mom. This is like when I buy something. It always the price tag always increases every time my mom tells the story. She'll be like, "You spent $50 on a pair of shoes," and she'll say it again. "I can't believe you spent $200 on a pair of shoes." Maridueña.
Xolo Maridueña. Maridueña.
There you go.
Yeah.
Your mother used to, I butchered the language even before you were born. So this is the best.
She's respectful about it, though.
Yeah,
she's really kind. She's got a welcoming spirit to her.
Absolutely.
She never, but sometimes she does have those. I don't know if your moms are ever like this, but sometimes she'll say things that I'm like, oof. She thought it was just a throwaway comment, but it just stays with me for long. I'm like, ooh, that hurt. I can't believe you just did that. But
Carmelita, she's well respected in this game. Crumb.
Yeah,
Crumb. Yeah, man. She used to hate that too. Blue Beetle is the movie. We're gonna open up the phone lines. 888-742-3345. We're going to come back and talk a little more, okay? Sway in the Morning Shade 4-5. Right, man. Prep it right now. DB, let them know who we got in the building, man. Let them know who we got in the building.
Well, we got two superheroes, as I stated. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we got one who stops the needy with the power of graffiti. Mural Man. And the other one is the newest member of the DCEU. He's bad, he's blue, and bad guys, he's coming for you. He's the Blue Beetle, Jaime Reyes, played by Xolo Maridueña.
New hustle alert. Come on, DB. You gotta come up with
I like that.
I rehearsed that.
You need to do jingles. Yeah, you need to.
Can you hook them up?
I can do a Blue Beetle one.
Right? Because after this movie, you'll be able to get us all jobs. King Tech, my longtime partner, brethren. We grew up together before we got into the music business. Just texted me. Apparently, he's listening to this conversation.
King
Oh
Tech.
no!
Your uncle.
He's like, "Where's my shout out?"
And
Hey, where's my?
and he's sending me corrections
Oh.
right now. So the day.
Wait, he's putting you on Spark Notes. He's got,
Yeah, bro, yeah.
He's got the footnotes on
Got
you.
the
Okay,
footnotes on
okay.
me. So what are the first days you actually came to the Wake Up Show studio? Tech informed me, and I remember this day. We had Kool Herc, since we're celebrating hip hop's 50th year of anniversary. We had Kool Herc and Africa Bambaataa that day in the studio.
Yeah.
So those folks you were seeing
The founding the
architects, the pioneers, and you got a chance to be around both of them, which is pretty damn amazing. And then listening to your taste in music, who else more current are you into right now? Or is it just really primarily, past artists?
No. There's a bunch of cats kicking it right now that I love. Denzel Curry, I'm a big fan of. Remy Wolf. Of course, I'm a fan of, like I said, the Kendricks and the greats of our generation. I think Jordan Ward, he's doing a bunch of cool stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. I could go.
You could go on.
Claro. She's not hip hop, but I like Claro. I love Brazilian music. I've been rocking with a bunch of 70s BPM. Brasilia Popular Música. Some Tropicalia, some
Tropicalia?
Of course,
Okay.
yeah. Not Tropicana.
Oh, okay.
I
was thirsty. I was getting thirsty.
Not
All right. Okay.
But yeah, I like it all.
How has your approach to music differed from your approach to acting? Or is there some common threads?
Well, there are definitely some common threads, but I feel like my career in acting has been motivated a lot of the times by people who have believed that I could do something that I didn't believe that I could do, really. Mm-hmm. Someone said, "We think you could do this," and whether or not I was ready for it, I was placed into the position and made it work out. With the songwriting and with the music, because it's all coming internally. Mm-hmm. It's one of the most personal and intimate things. There is no it's coming from
you're not bringing a character to life.
Yeah. There's no character to life. At the beginning of me thinking, am I going to make music? There was that conversation of kind of what you were saying. Am I going to, do the Childish Gambino route and be Donald Glover and then Childish Gambino? Am I just going to be Xolo? Right. But I think it's just Xolo.
It's Xolo.
Yeah. I think, I don't know. It's still something that I've been waffling around in my head, but
how'd you find your voice? The MC voice.
For a lot of it, I got to be honest with you. For so many years, I was so insecure about my voice.
Okay.
I had the highest pitch voice. I still have a pretty high pitch voice, and there were just some musicians, some artists that I loved that were able to use their voices in ways that were unique, and that I was like, oh shoot, it doesn't matter. And they found Smino. I really love Smino. I mean, Chance. Chance at the beginning. I was in middle school when Acid Rap came out. I mean, that album was super formative in me enjoying hip hop and being introduced with like this world that you know of whoever, you know, Chance was influenced by, and it. I think that's really where it started, and those are the differences. I'd say the biggest differences, at least.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so fun. Music. I mean, there haven't been many acting projects where I've been like, yo, let's stay up till 5 a.m. We gotta, you know, but with the music thing, it feels so great to push while the iron's hot, and while my heart is like in it, and I think that's where kind of a lot of the best work comes out when you're super invested and you're hungry.
You judge differently too. Like,
What
it's
do you mean?
harsher.
Like the outcome of your creation?
Acting versus your music.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, which one is more critical? Music.
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 Oh, okay.
They blame it all
Music.
on you.
It's all you.
But I hear you. But you know, what do you think about actors who, like, I guess, do you think the director is at fault or the actor?
Nobody cares.
Nobody's at fault. Nobody
They
cares.
don't really care. It's just like, all right, this was cool. Not, and they'll give you another chance.
Okay.
With
Music.
acting.
Ooh, yeah, music.
It's like, yo, he sucks. She sucked. Like, and it's just once
Or he's great.
Great.
Yeah, you know, so.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's. I think music is a bit harder.
Yeah, I can see
sometimes.
that.
I hear that. Yeah.
And rap music
Rap.
is the hardest.
Yeah.
How many singers you hear singing off key and got hit records and
Right.
nobody's critiquing that
Think
shit?
about Ryan Coogler last week. Told us, he said to his mom, "Why does Will Smith keep trying to rap?" And she was like, "You idiot! He started out as a rapper. He didn't know
Yeah.
When he was younger.
when he was
He's
younger."
Yeah, of course. No, I know. I mean, Men in Black. I've probably seen that movie like 10,000 times.
Yeah.
Like Wild Wild West.
Yeah, he didn't understand. He didn't know.
I'm mad that you said Wild Wild West.
Yeah. No. Men in Black is the like that's the one that came in my head. But
So Xolo, who are some of like the Latino artists and Latino actors that really made you say, okay, the world is ready for us?
I mean, we just you know, I just spoke about him off air. Jarrell Jerome.
Wow.
I'm really a big fan. I mean, he's Afro Latino, but when they came out with When They See Us, and his new joint,
I'm a Virgo.
he's, you know, I really think that he's gonna be he is.
Mm-hmm.
He is one of our greats. Oscar Isaac, I love. You know, Gael Garcia Bernal and Diego Luna. Those boys from down south, and in the music game, there's a bunch of. I mean, it's a little bit harder. I got to be honest. I haven't gravitated too much towards the reggaeton. Like I think a lot of my influences come from like instrumentation that you know, Latin artists and Latinos and Chicanos and insert umbrella term here have put out into the world. But I still rock with a little, you know, the bigs, the greats.
Okay.
Rosalia.
Got to mention Cesar
Rosalia.
Romero too, the guy who played the Joker, the first person to play the Joker.
Yeah, Latino as well.
Yeah,
Latino.
There's been a lot of us here and there, right? It's like, but now I think we're finally getting the mic, and it's, you know, we're ready for it.
What was it like working with the legendary King Tech in the studio? Y'all burned a lot of electricity at our home in the valley, and we're still paying for it. So, but what is that experience like working with?
It was surreal.
Yeah.
I mean, even just getting to, you know, when you think about it, it's surreal on one level, but looking around and seeing, you know, Mos Def, Lauryn Hill, you know, insert great here, and seeing the pictures of you two and everyone, and being in the studio, hot as hell. I guess the AC just blew out.
Yeah, that's always that.
But it was incredible.
It was incredible, right?
There's a sense of euphoria, like a sense of elation that comes with like being in the place where it all happened, and even regardless, you know, outside of that, there's nothing like being around someone who's just so passionate about you know, their work. With Blue Beetle, it was so refreshing to be around a writer and a director that needed to tell a story, that were like, the story has to get told. And with Tech, you know, reuniting with him, it was kind of like it all started, you know, with Blue Beetle. I wanted to make a concept album from the perspective of the character, you know, do a couple of songs for the soundtrack, and then that turned into Tech
dope.
being like, yo, it was just like a second light, like a second wind that all of us had, and we you know, started collaborating together, mix matching this, that, and the third, and
he keeps you honest in there, though, right? Like when it comes to laying the vocals or?
Yeah, he definitely has taught me, even in this short time that we've been working together. Like, he's very, and producers and just music people, I feel like in general are very blunt.
Yeah.
Yes. There was straight to
the point.
He's like, no, Sway.
I was like, hey, like there's definitely been times where like, that's not you. That's this ain't it. But
that's needed though.
No, it's needed, and that's something that I don't have with my family. Because my family's gonna say everything's good. If I were to become a director or a writer, I couldn't ask for my family's opinion because they would just say it's great no matter what.
Yeah.
But having people like Tech around who are like, is helpful.
You familiar with that?
Tech is nice though. He'll just be like, I don't know about that. Well, let's keep throwing stuff at the wall and see what's. But it's funny that you said he keeps texting you. That is the one thing that guy's like.
He texts too much. He does too much.
No. He does just the right amount.
No, Xolo. You don't have to say this. I'm saying
I know he's listening.
Okay, I know. I see you backing out.
You're safe. He's ready to be typing in the comments. That's not true.
You're in a safe space.
No.
I can show you text messages.
He's across the country.
He texts me the same thing 3 times to make sure I see it.
You know what my favorite thing about Tech is? No, this is my favorite thing. He'll text me, hit me up, and then he'll put his number in the text like it doesn't show that it's coming from his number. I'm like, Tech, you don't gotta put that every time. I know it's your number. I got you saved, my brother.
Tech, call and defend your name, Tech.
Wait, no, there's
Sway
no slander.
here getting you. Sway just mad I do the same thing to him.
No. Let me see if I get him to call. No, we needed to talk about this. Tech, I had to explain to him, look, bro, I'm on the same email you're on. You don't have to forward the email to my text messages.
In case anything,
you do the same thing, Sway.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, but while you're texting Tech, Xolo, considering how busy you are in all these different parts of entertainment and how young you are, your social life, specifically when it comes to romance as well, do you see that more as like a distraction or something that you do care to embrace because it could inspire your music?
That's an interesting question. I think it's, for me personally, I found both, right? I found sometimes I guess it just depends on the type of relationship you're in, Sometimes I've definitely been in those where it's like, I'm ready to drop everything. All right, like, let's just travel and do all of this. And you learn things from those types of relationships, but I think at this point right now, it's just hard. I feel it would feel selfish for me, I think, to think I have the bandwidth to care for someone like that. And I mean,
that's
honest.
It's I think, of course, everyone loves companionship and whatnot. But I think right now, especially I'm 22, I'm a hopeless romantic too.
I thought you were about to say I'm a hoe. I thought you were going to say I'm a hoe.
I'm a slut. No.
Same age as Zion.
No. I'm just like, I'm a relationship person too. So I know that I couldn't rise to the occasion if it was just like, and also people my age are just too fickle. So I'm not trying to play games. So it's like, if we're playing games, save it for someone else.
DMs are closed, ladies.
DMs are closed. And plus you got to get through his uncles. You got to make it through his mom anyway.
Hey, don't joke around.
If you could get past her, you earned him.
Right. No, don't be.
No, I'm sorry. I ain't gonna put that out there. No. People be scared. Right. All right, hey, but this has been, get this man a round of applause.
Yes.
Thank you.
For all that. This has been a great conversation, and it's interesting, man. One time he came out here, I took him and his friends to lunch, and we were having these real good hip-hop, just music conversations.
Frank got an Illmatic hoodie on right now.
Yeah, the boys, my boy Isaac is here.
Isaac, show that hoodie. I didn't know that shit said Illmatic.
Yeah, wait.
Wait, what?
Oh, yeah, Isaac Kelston on the cap. Oh, boy. Yeah, he's repping. Yeah, that's right.
Illmatic?
Every hip-hop group has the Jewish friend who loves hip-hop. Come on. Yeah, this is our boy right here. Hey, come on.
Wow. Because you know he's connected.
Yeah.
All right.
No. Hey, wait. Whoa.
Took it too far.
No.
But you take it too far.
No. Mural man.
Mural man. He tells the truth. All right. I love it, man. And then we talked, about your love for for the music, your love for art, and then you came up here again, and we talked again, and we just keep fucking talking.
Yeah. So what are you thinking?
Enough talking already. I know you my nephew.
Oh no!
And I know your mother is my sister. But your mother can't save you, and you being my nephew can't save you. When you come to the Valley of the Hyenas!
All right, how do I raise this?
Right here.
What's happening here? All right.
That's it. That's it. You got to deal with what you got.
All right, you ready?
Xolo, let's get it, baby. Can you hear it?
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me get it in from the start of it. Talk about the art of it. Some of y'all are counterfeit. Fake rapper starter kit. You don't put your heart in it. That part of it never hit your whack garbage. If we subtract marketing, I'll be hitting targets like Fran Targeting. Can't argue it. Pull up in a golf cart rocking a black cardigan. Bars up the par, I'm sliding my black cardigan. Give me my credit, no artist hard as the rap artisan. I'm in my zone again. Sway it's on again. Shout out to Flex, but I had to bring it home again. Hair loss, coming off the dome again. R.I.P. to Soldier Slim. Even in the NO, they gonna know I'm him. 16s and big screens, I kill both of them. That's why directors cast me like a broken limb. I came to end why the trophy win. They about pronounce me with a golden Tim. A wild beast is the mode I'm in. Feeling like I got a Neuralink planted below the skin. Full length, Burberry plaid stripes on the trim. Hustlers in the trenches, feeling a trench coat I'm in. Hold up, we ain't gotta bring the pole up. I hope the murders in my generation slow up. All Glocks down like Heather B, cause I'd rather be on a position to be a better me. That's the glow up. They don't like how I'm coming, I tell them so what. I'm eating Winchell's in a Hellcat, bumping J Dilla doing donuts. Hit the track and go nuts. Son, y'all, let's discuss it like grown-ups because my mom's the culture, pops is the culture. Sway and Tech is damn near my uncles and they the culture. Any way you look at, I was raised by the culture. As a kid, I took pics with Cool Herc, I'm the culture. 33 bars in and I'm still certified. Let me give you a gem by bar 35. I ain't afraid of lessons that I learn in life. I lean into my future like Dirty Sprite. Early night, getting rich sex from a dirty white. That's a rich type, yeah, you heard me right. Text from these words I write. Quick text from my hunk. I'm a squash insects when I murder Mike. My mind is quicker than artificial intelligence. This is empirical evidence of lyrical elegance. 1 gram of my DNA holds 200 million gomes of information. So my lyrical elegance represent excellence. Setting precedents for dead presidents. I'm getting set in the pestilence. Sway, look how I caught that scheme. But now I'm off that scheme to bench park that thing. Oh, part that ring. Who didn't know that I could talk that mean or let off that steam? Yo, will I get it in again? That's a crazy ass question. Fucking riddle on riddle of these goofy splitting dividends. I'm independent like a first class ticket that's 2 seats. No motherfucking middleman. I own many men. I'm a rapper / actor. I'm 50 Cent synonym. Taking control of any building I'm sitting in. It's my house like I brought it from Eminem. I call it Xolo 45 if you're curious. My initials are XM. Now you know I'm serious. Ow, bow, bow, bow. Oh, Blue Beetle, August 18th. We got a motherfucker up in here. Love. Thank
People
you guys.
would sleep on you for sure.
Wow. Xolo Maridueña. Did I say it right?
XM, you know he's serious.
Maridueña.
There we go.
There you
XM,
go.
you know he's serious. You heard it.
Yo, that's my nephew right there.
That's my nephew.
That's my nephew.
Bars.
Yeah, I like that lead in Dirty Sprite line.
Over here, True. You whack rappers.
Oh.
You see what just happened? That's my nephew.
Damn.
You whack rappers. You so whack. You act like a rapper just as good as he is an actor.
Give him an Oscar.
That gun was little.
That was almost like a
Give
riddle.
him the big guns. Give him the big guns. Blue Beetle got bars. Come on, Blue Beetle got bars.
Put holes in your Jeep.
That was great, man.
That was really dope, yo.
What you think, Heather? What you think?
Yo,
Yo,
man,
you got some calls to
yeah,
run?
man, they're just super duper proud and ready.
Got a lot of nephews in here.
Yeah.
Yo, that was great, bro.
Yes.
Thank you.
I love your passion.
You was
Thank
ready.
you.
Yo,
Prepared.
He came ready.
He doing Herc in there after we mentioned that. He doing all Glocks down.
So many metaphors,
Yo,
too.
that's dope, man. Have a seat, man. Let's see what kind
Thank
of
you.
response you
Whoa,
get. Have a
whoa.
seat,
Seats.
man.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Listen.
All right.
We
Listen.
got to talk about the actor rappers that we've had up here. We've had some pretty iconic ones. But
That's
I mean,
true.
like
Yeah.
Shia did
Shia
pretty
LaBeouf.
Shia came in. Coogee on my toonies. What did he say?
I
The
don't
only
know.
homie with Lauren and the
he had the
tattoo
tattoos.
to my toonies.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, there's been some
Tyler
prolific-
James.
Tyler
Tyler
James.
James came in.
Tyler
Yeah,
James.
I'm
Yeah.
a FREE.
That's my guy, yo. Tyler
James.
James.
I was like,
bars, boy.
Tyler
Wayne Brady.
bars.
Wayne Brady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
I mean,
the
Childish. There's
We
a
said
bunch.
that, yeah.
Ice
Child-
Cube. Well,
Cube? Yeah, Cube.
Yeah.
Well, the other way around.
I
Yeah,
always
yeah.
see Cube rapper first.
Yeah.
of
Yo,
course.
Big O is in Florida. What did you think of Xolo, man?
Hey, Big O.
Man, listen, hey, good morning, everybody. I just had to call in. This cat just bodied the whole network. I mean, bodied the
I
whole
appreciate it.
network.
Come on,
thank
man.
This is crazy.
Said Xolo 4-5. Yo.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, man, that was great, man. Make sure you
Thanks.
check him out in Blue Beetle. All right?
I can't wait till it comes
August
out.
18th.
Okay, you a citizen, Big O.
Sway in the morning.
Let's go to Louisiana. Cedric in Louisiana. What do you think, Cedric?
What up, Sid?
What's good, Sway Xolo? Man, I want to say, bro, you killed that freestyle.
Yes, he
I ain't gonna
did.
lie. I love the Soulja Slim reference, bro. Like, I honestly didn't think you could rap, but no, that shit was tight as a rap.
I honestly didn't think you could rap.
No, I get it. My
I'm
mom
not trying
too.
to hate,
My
but
mom
that
was
shit
like,
was
what?
dope, bro.
Yeah, he did good, man. Cedric, thank you, brother. Blue
thank you for
Beetle.
the love.
Heather,
No
you
problem.
out? Heather, you out?
Thank
All right.
you, Heather
Hit
B.
Heather at the Urban View.
Love you.
All right. And then listen, that we're going to end the show on that note right there.
Hey.
Congratulations, nephew.
Thank you.
You killed that on
Yes, you
okay.
did.
Hey, I'm coming back for the
you
5 fingers,
You
though.
coming back for the 5 fingers?
Hey, you heard it here first.
You coming back for the 5 fingers?
Coming back for the 5
I'm
fingers.
gonna put something
That's right.
special together for
You
that.
can get it.